Live. And we're live. Now I see Y's comments. I saw the message. I'm like, oh, he's just waiting. And then I see 2 comments from 620. I'm like, girl, wait. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, The Tiger's Abyss. I'm here to show you what came in the mail. Things that I got in the mail. There's a bunch. Well, most of what I got. Well, not even most. I'm not sure. I didn't count. So most of this is from Natalia's. She sent a bunch of stuff over to me. She's like, "Hey, do you want this stuff?" And I'm like, huh, "Sure." And so yeah, half of it I left at my house. So like some of it I brought over here with me because I was like, "This I want here with me." So yeah, I got books, I got decks, and that's it. What else did I get? I feel like there's like things that I'm missing, but anyways. Hello, Entropy Apothecary, and hello, Y again. Let's see what else. I should have the YouTube chat open here on YouTube here. I hope I don't have my. Ooh, imagine. Oof. I always cringe when the audio is playing out loud. There we go. Live chat. There we go. Hello, Aaron92. So yeah, and I don't think there should be any ads stopping people because usually that holds people back from entering chat. But whatever. Kind of want to wait a while. We're just gonna chat. We're gonna talk about it. About the things that I got here. And yeah, I know there's something that I'm forgetting. I feel it. I feel it deep within me. But yeah. Books and decks are good medicine. I mean, girl. Oh, okay, Susan. All right, Susan. Okay, Susan. Okay. Oh, what else? What else is there? I kind of want to hold off a bit and get it started, but I don't know how to get into it because there's only 6 people in the chat. But I think it's fine. You know, you forgot to send me a I am gonna send you a deck for Christmas. All right, you already know it. Okay. So yeah, let's see. Let's get into the books. Let's get these books over with. Let's start with the boring stuff. I feel like a lot of people are just here for the decks, unless I'm just projecting. I don't know. But this is one that I'm like, this intrigued me, and I feel like a certain deck. I don't know if you can see it here. No, you can't. Not really. The mic is covering it, and so is the Thoth Tarot, I think. But you can't really see it. This book here, Nature and the Human Soul by Bill Plotkin. So this one I was like looking at like the books that I had here. I'm like, okay, some of these I got to take back. I forgot to. And this is one of them because it's like, because I'm like, I'm not ready yet for it. I'm like, this is one that I do want to read though, but later. But essentially, it's like the hero's journey, but in like essentially hiking and nature walking, and like, you know, so it's like, let's see what it is, like the child in the garden. You know how like we start off in the garden, and then we go out and wander. You know. Here with the wander in the cocoon. I think there's like the hermit in the cave. That's another like chapter, and I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. So yeah, and it's not a light read. I'm like looking at the words. I'm like, oh, okay, this is a book that's like that wants attention, and you know, I'm not gonna. It's not an easy read. So yeah. So yeah, that is Nature and the Human Soul by Bill Plotkin. So yeah, she had. I'm like, you know what? And the deck that I think could have like, I think you could work with it, try to, or it could have like done something with it. Actually, too. Now that I think about it, in a way, somehow get what you can with what you get with these decks, you know, and integrate what you can from the book with these decks. Spacious Tarot and the majestic earth. Somehow, I know there's a way. I know there's a way. There's gotta be a way. So we'll see how that goes, but at the moment, probably next year. Seeing how things are going. So yeah. A perfect book before bed. Literally. So let's see. Next, I'm going to save this one for later. I think you already saw it, but you know. Yeah, let's see. Messages from the archetypes using tarot for healing and spiritual growth. Of course, we have the Sun King and the Moon Queen marrying there, you know. So yeah, this seems like a quick read, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a light read. Well, we'll see. I'm like, I saw it and I'm like, you know what? It's Jungian. It's interesting looking. We'll see what it has to offer, if anything, because this is a book that I haven't really heard much people talk about or mention, you know. It's one of those books that's always like off to the side, and then like, you know, then it goes out of print and then someone mentions it and it's like, this is the best book, and then everybody goes crazy over it, and I'm like, Let's see, another one, very Jungian, The Way of Tarot by Karen Haymaker Zondag. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Hello, Empress Love. So yeah, I wonder if anyone else came in. No, yeah. But this is kind of like in the same line. I'm like, what do they have to offer? I don't know. When I finish reading them or skimming through them as much, I'll try and give a proper review to each of them. There was a few other books too, like that I got, like a bunch of other books that I was like, okay, I'll give it a try, but I had to leave them. I'm like, I can't take all of this back. All my shelves are full. Like, these books aren't gonna be on shelves. He reads so much, it's exhausting. Girl, how else am I gonna learn, huh? Actually, I don't read that much. I should read more than what I do. I just have too many books. The Complete Tarot Reader. This is more like a workbook, a la Tarot for Yourself. Doing more exercises, I guess. Somebody wrote in this. It's like, oh, what is this? Integration of self. Okay, what is this? Why? And it's like you might as well just like put a bookmark, put a tab or something, you know, if you're just gonna do that. But yeah, oh, that's a great workbook. Well, girl, then I'm ready. I'm gonna get into it. Get into it. Let's see. I like The Way of the Tarot. Wait, what? Oh, what? What's that? What do you mean by WEIE? The Way of the Tarot? I don't. I'm like, is that a joke? But yeah, so far all of these, I'm ready. These I'm gonna go through. And I was looking at some of the. I'm like, some of these I gotta bring back to my home and put them away, but I should have, but I didn't. So yeah, and so let's get into finally the decks, the books and decks. So yeah, so obviously the book here, Beneath the Moon by Yoshi Yoshitani. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Fairy tales, myths, and divine stories from around the world. It's almost a joke. So yeah, I've been reading through some of these, like flipping through, looking at some of the ones that I'm like, okay, let's see what you got to say. So yeah, it's a nice little intro to, you know, a nice little brief telling of these myths and all that. But I should also like disclaim with any book on myths that you should always like take the disclaimer that these are just one retelling of these myths, because there's always variations, very major variations as to how things go down within the myths and how things are resolved in the myths, you know. So yeah, there you go. Especially with these, and it's like it is more, yeah. And I think a lot of people, well, I don't know, maybe I was projecting, maybe I'm projecting that, is that this was mostly myths. I don't know, it feels like people seem to be more focused on myths, but no, it says folklore and fairy tales and deities, you know. I'm like, okay. So yeah, usually for some reason I prefer myths over folk tales uh, and fairy tales, even though they're both, they're both work efficiently well for tarot depictions. So yeah, this finally came in. Well, actually, I finally got my hands on it. It came in like quite a while back. Of course, you've all been seeing these images all over the internet, Instagram and Facebook and all that. La Llorona. So yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna have to read through the book and familiarize myself. Like, oh, these are this is this myth and this is what happens with that myth. Kind of the same deal with like Tarot of Delphi. Just understand the myths. And, yeah. And it shuffles great. It's thick. It's linen cardstock. But it does feel pretty mass market, which, I mean, it is. I have it because I love a rock apparently. Or maybe it's just like the type of tarot that you're into, Aaron. But this one, I've like the area of tarot that I'm into. It's like it's all over. It's all over. And yeah. But anyways, I'm excited to see if I can work with this deck. But yeah, this is one of those decks. Like, it's this deck, the Lubanco Tarot, the Orion's Tarot, and there's one more. I feel like there was one more. That's like, they were all like in the works. Oh, the Sylvia Ritter. Those were all like in the works at the time. And like, so far, 3 of those are done. I don't know if the Sylvia Ritter deck is out yet. I don't know. So yeah. Take a drink every time I say so yeah or anyways. Okay, moving on to the next one. Let's see. This is one that my tarot godmother Natalia sent me. Mystical Shaman Oracle. So yeah, this is one that I've always I'm like, should I get it? Should I not? I don't know. Maybe not. But I mean, like, for a deck on shamanism, I mean, it's like, what is that? Did I just spit on my hand? Say don't spray it, Zach. I'm like, that's up to you, Entropy Apothecary. You just gotta take a drink. Lemonade, water, fun drinks. But yeah, this one is like, when it comes to shamanism, it's like I always think, like, I always know that marketing and like companies are gonna be advertising shamanism as like as Native American themed, when really it's a practice that's global. I mean, the term shaman comes from Tibet, if Robert M. Place is correct on that. The word itself, like the practice is very global, and it's from the most ancient, but it's still being practiced today. Like, I remember watching this Korean horror movie, The Wailing. Great movie. I loved it. A bit campy at times, but still a really good, like, horror mystery movie. But that one there, you see like they have like reference to a shaman, and you see like a shaman doing his thing. I'm like, okay, so they still have, I'm like, unless it's just a translation thing and it's not, and they don't actually say like the term shaman as it is, whatever. It's for another discussion. But point is that when people say shamanism or they say shaman, it always seems like they're mostly advertising Native American practices, and it's like, it's a little bit more than that. Even though, yes, the religious practices of Native American tribes are is shamanism. They fall under the to call them that is correct. It's like, it's global as well. So yeah. Gorgeous starting that deck. Yeah, and these decks. Oh, ooh, I saw my internet cut out there. Also, if you hear noises in the background, that's my sister taking the baby a bath. Quite the same with the word indigenous, right? Indigenous is usually it's another like, but we are the U.S. is very U.S. focused, and it's like it's strange. It's like you would think that these decks, that Hay House being from Australia, right, being located in Australia, right? This is Hay House, yeah. Hay House is located in Australia, correct? Hello, Sugar Honey Iced Tea. But yeah, it's like, what's good? We see what you're doing, capitalizing on Native American depictions. You know, it's like, you know what I mean? Moving on. Let's see what should be the next one. I should do these because these are the ones that I got my hands on sooner, and I was kind of sharing. The Hyde Tarot by, who is it? Dan Francis is the next deck I got. Let's see, what was I gonna say? Well, yeah. I don't know. This is almost like a Lenormand, but with 78 cards, you know, so you'll have like the Siren, the Sheep, and the Tiger, you know. I feel like you can like go off of that, but then it says like, oh, you have the Devil, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles there. I like it because it has a tiger, and the tiger is the Page of Pentacles, which I do have a weird connection to the Page of Pentacles. So it's fitting. Great cardstock. Nice little silver edges. So yeah. I'm not a big fan like of the border on the thick border on the top. Interesting. The monster for the Knight of Swords, is that supposed to be like the basilisk or something, or something? I don't know. Hello, Soren. But yeah, again, not a huge fan of it. But like cards like this, like the Pearl for the Ace of Pentacles, that looks nice. You know, it's not too bad. Look at that. The horn. What is that? For Justice. Interesting. Hello, Nikki Sparkle. This is the Hyde Tarot, right? Yeah. The Hyde Tarot. Sorry, the box got dent. Girl. It wasn't me, though. And it didn't come like this. A story for another time. So yeah, the monkey for the so it's like you can like, oh, you want to use it as a tarot, you can, but I'd probably end up using this as an oracle or something, or a Lenormand oracle, sort of like the Rackham oracle. So yeah. Maybe if you want to use it with El Goliath, I think the aesthetics kind of match up. But I mean, why would you have the El Goliath in the first place? So yeah. Is that indie or Etsy indie? It is an indie deck. I'm not sure if it's sold on Etsy. It might be on Etsy, or it might be on the creator's website. Let me see. I'm pretty sure this was a Kickstarter deck. I feel like it was. Anyways, Dan Francis from last year. How come I missed this one? The Hyde Tarot by Dan Francis. Show Queen of Wands. I don't know if I like the Queen of Wands, or I'm like, I looked at it and I'm like, huh. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me find it for you. Why? Knight, Star, 5/5. King of Swords. Oh, let me see the King of Swords. The Swan. Queen of Cups is an owl. Let's see. Nine of Wands. Queen of Wands. It's not. I mean, I don't know how you're gonna see that. I don't know how you're gonna enjoy it. Queen of Wands, yeah. A parrot. A macaw. I think it's a macaw. Of course I did. There's a lot of black and white decks out now. Yes. Let me see. I showed the devil already. It was that. What was the devil? I don't know. Ooh. Okay, Death, come through. The statue for Death. Interesting. I'm no parrot. The bull for the moon. Let's see, where is this? Where is this? Where is this? Oh, here it is. The devil. Thank you, why? He's not too bad. The siren. Interesting. Is the siren? I'm like, is he himself the siren, or is he like in the water listening to a siren? Like he's like in like chest deep water, and he's like walking towards the siren, like listening to it, you know, being drawn to it. Anyways, but I do like the statue. I always like this aesthetic of the statue, you know, black and white, you know. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. Right? Very you think of a serial killer. Yeah. 40 pounds. It's not that heavy. Just kidding. I'm sure you might be able to find it in the US. Maybe look to some shops that sell it independently, you know, or independently, yeah. So yeah, the Hyde Tarot. Not bad, not bad. Curious to work with it. I don't know if I can work with it. We'll see. Hold up here. What is this? Okay, so next we have the Obsidian Oracle. For some reason, with this deck, I suddenly just got reminded to keep magnets away from my computer and all my digital stuff, all your phones and tablets and all that. I don't know if that's still a thing. I'm pretty sure the magnets still damage that. So yeah, I just sold the Bone Stone. I mean, Nikki, good for you, but that's a little teaser for the future. I didn't buy it from Nikki. I pre-ordered it. But yeah, Obsidian Oracle by, who is this? Megan Busser. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that. Buccere. I feel like it's a cha in there. Buceri. I could be wrong. Buceri. I don't know. I'm sorry. And guidebook by Trish Sullivan. So yeah, here's the backs. Shiny, shiny. Pretty, pretty. Interesting. I really need to look at the guidebook, because it's like sometimes you'll have like here Barn Swallow, one card, but then you'll have like here Snake and Lemongrass. I live off eBay sales right now. Oh, kind of want to buy those. Why? Calm down. Cicada and Blue Appetite. So it's like an animal and a combination, or sometimes it'll just be like here, Blood Moon. Blood Moon Tarot, going to print soon. Hopefully? No, I keep saying going to print, but no, it's like they're still working out. So yeah. Yeah, it has a ch. So yeah, it's like a bucere? No, bucire? I don't know. Bone Stone has Dumbledore. It's how people still confuse the two. My god, it's Gandalf. Butterfly and Honeysuckle. Astronomeria and Peridot. Right? Peridot. I always say Peridot, but no, it's Peridot. And then we have Bunny and Bubbles. I don't like this card. The Bubbles is like, I would have liked it to look like it was like bubbles on the surface of the water, you know, and with ripples around them, you know, or something. I don't know. So yeah. And then we have Oyster and Citrine. So yeah, it's like, it's one of those oracles. It's a simple little oracle. I'm not sure how I'd use it. It's another one of those decks, but we'll see. $4 ago. If only I went live 4 hours earlier. Let's see. Let's finish going through what I through Natalia's decks that she sent me. Then she sent me the Living Wheel astrology cards. So this is one that I've always like always wanted to get, but I was like, should I? Shouldn't I? And she's like, oh, I'm gonna send that, and I'm like, let's see. And I'm always like, whenever there's an astrology or oracle deck coming out, it's always like this. It's always like the houses, and then you'll have the signs, the 12 signs and the 12 houses, and the planets and the moon phases and all that. And it's like, okay, that's safe, but it's like I want to see a little more. Someone make another Oracle of the Radiant Sun type of deck, because it's, what is that? Because it's like So yeah, it's interesting how I didn't show any of those beautiful season cards, those seasonal type cards, the Wheel of the Year season card. Like, these are gorgeous right here. Like, look at that. This is my favorite. This is my favorite right here. I wish that all the art was like this, maybe, along this line, look at this. Look at this. I would like a whole Oracle deck of like landscapes and weather things, like this, of this art. That's what I would buy that in a heartbeat. For sure. This is gorgeous. Oracle of the Radiant Sun needs it's already like, how much? It's like already like 80, 90 cards. Let's see, it's 12 by 7. Yeah, it's already 80. Like, how much? But yeah, like, look at this. You know what I mean? I don't need Avalons too. God. You guys are messy. You guys are being messy in my chat. I like those paintings on my right. That would be amazing too. They should sell print. Does he sell prints? Does he sell prints of the? I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, what's the next one? All right. Okay, so this is the next one. The Shining Tribe Tarot. It's also called the Shining Woman Tarot. Before. By Rachel Pollack. I finally got my hands on one. And the guidebook, of course, not something to pass off. How many pages is this guidebook? It's like 300 pages. Yeah. 332 pages total. Oh my god. No, blame it on yourself. Don't blame Mars. So yeah, full black and white images and all that. So yeah, let's see the cards though. And you know it's an old Llewellyn deck when it comes with one of these. Let's see here. Okay, so let's show the cards. I just associated there for a second. I'm not a big fan of the color fade on the borders, but I'm like, it's whatever to me these days. And surprisingly, the cardstock is thicker for being an old Llewellyn deck. Which I'm like, why? What? Am I misremembering something? Like, what's going on here? So yeah. So thank you, Natalia, if you're watching, for all these decks. Thank you so much. There's a bunch that I left at home because I was like, I need to. And I'm like, later. I only brought decks that I knew that I would try to work with, and I'd want to work with. So yeah. And here I am in the process of moving, hopefully before Mercury. Yeah, Soren, do it before Mercury goes retrograde. Let's see. How many decks do you own? Did you get the Gregory Scott one? No. I did not get the Gregory Scott tarot. Let's see. I have like... What was the last count? I'm pretty sure I'm like 300. Definitely over 100. Maybe 200? I don't know. Why can't I have it very... Well, you just gotta have the right connections. Honestly, I don't know what it was that, you know, made her like, I'm gonna send all these decks to Zach. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, if you want to, I guess. Literally, I like one of these days I'm gonna sit down and interview her and all that. But maybe hopefully after you interview Natalia hopefully she can send you some stuff. Let's see. They're so addicting. They are. That's gonna be an upcoming topic. Let's see. Do you have the Hush Tarot and do you like it? I do have it. I don't have it with me. It's at my house, at the apartment here. So you can already tell that I'm not a huge fan of it because I don't want to work with it. I don't know. It's one of those decks that I'm like, maybe it should have been an Oracle. Because it's definitely some cards were definitely made for the tarot. Other cards just seem like they were forced into the tarot imagery. So it's like Oracle tarot, what like, come on, just make an Oracle by that. You know, I'd buy it still. So yeah, next deck that came in, the Bohemian Gothic Tarot, the mini version, tiny. So yeah, I got it before they ran out, or I think there still might be some available. I could be wrong. So yeah. Let's see. I don't even know if I know the names of 200 decks. That should be a challenge. List 100 decks, you know, in a video or whatever, in a certain amount of time. Let's see if you can, you know? I probably could. So yeah. This one I'm like, should I use it? Should I not? I don't know. Worth about... Let's see. I'd rather have a Prince Charming than a fairy godmother. Well, how do you think you're gonna get the Prince Charming, huh? No, I don't think my decks are gonna bring me a man. I just put it up there. I don't know if I'll open it and use it, or I'll just keep it sealed. I'll probably open it and use it for like big spreads and all that. So, anyways, let's see. What did I miss here? I feel like I missed a bunch of chats here. You can buy a house with that. I don't know. I have the Bohemian Gothic. I'm so bummed. I missed the last reprint of the Victorian Romantic. Contacted them. They won reprint till next year, maybe. Yeah, and if they do reprint it, I think they might be doing that big wooden box version reprint that's going to be like $100, which I might buy. Well, I'll probably buy it. I will buy it. I don't know. Because I do like the Victorian Romantic. But, you know, so, yeah. Yeah, it seems like they are lenient on, they're leaning towards reprinting it. They might, because they did say like, oh, we underestimated how much people really want it. I'm like, girl, it's their most popular deck. But yeah, they'll come out there. So like right now, Fantastic Menagerie is on its way out, and I think after that, then they're gonna like still be working on Bohemian Cats, and the Victorian Romantic large size, because I don't think they're gonna reprint. I don't think they're gonna reprint this specific type in the Victorian Romantic. I think so. Just heads up. Let's put this back. So let's see. Hello, Benji Sose, right? What's up? Let's see. Yeah, just wait. Why? No, Bohemian Gothic really kind of got like the less attention of like, you know, compared to the other decks, I feel. Same with Victorian Romantic. I never got that large wooden box treatment. Only Tarot of Prague, Fantastic Mythical Creatures, and Fantastic Menagerie. Was there one more? Alice Tarot. That too. I think the wooden box are just recent that they're doing. So I would like just one edition. You know, imagine Bohemian Gothic in a black wooden box with a silver. Ooh, ooh. I want to see that. And then you remember their anti-Chinese comments. Anyways, they're probably never gonna reprint the fairy tale. Like they're probably annoyed of it by now. Like people asking. So yeah. But again, who knows if what they're gonna be able to reprint, because they are gonna stop making tarot decks in like 2 years. We'll see. Anyways, fifth tarot. Alice must be mentioned that this once. Let's switch this up. The fifth tarot, Alchemy of the Five Elements. This is a weird deck, also because it's like the concept of like, oh, let's add an extra suit to the tarot, making it the fifth tarot. Really, girl, it should be the sixth because the major arcana is considered a suit. I mean, it's whatever. You know, it's very new agey. So yeah, did you get the Dark Mansion deck? I might get Dark Mansion. I'm not really keen on it. But I might get their new decks that are coming out. Hopeful Soul. Yeah, the new element that deck that Taroko's coming out with. I might get it, but looking at some of the images, I'm just like, nah. Oh, but there's another one that's coming out. I love this card, the Apprentice of Lotus. Like, even though like the crystal skulls have been disproven as to not actually be like ancient or like legit, they're still beautiful and really interesting concepts. But you know, Six of Lotuses. Some of these cards are gorgeous. Other cards I just like kind of want to roll my eyes at a bit. You know, like this one, it's like not all of them are winners. You know, of course it's a Chariot card. They're doing pre-orders now. Maybe, I don't know. Cardstock is lovely. It's like soft matte. I love the edges that are they're like that dull gilding, but it's super flexible. You know, like look at that. It's like it has the feel of Brady Tarot, but without the thickness. Salty about what? Oh, good for you, Soren. Not buying a deck since June? I wish that were me. Look at me now. So yeah, let's see. Let's get into it. Girl, she came in. And she came in quite quickly, but Avalon was probably like, get this shit out of here. And I'm gonna say it's like, it's not bad. Was it worth $200? I don't know, and that's a problem right there. Usually if it's that much fucking money, it's like you got to be 100% sure. And I like, let's just see. If I don't like it and I hate it, like Nikki or who else was it on here? And I don't like it, I can just move it along. I can just get my money back and I can, move it along. But I kind of like it. I'm at least gonna read through the guidebook and read through it, because the guidebook, I mean, honey, Avalon should have just published her own tarot book and just not done a deck. Because the guidebook is nothing to like be like, I'm like, girl, I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna get my money's worth. I'm gonna keep the box. I'm gonna use the box. I'm gonna keep the deck in the box. I'm gonna read the book. I'm gonna do the journal prompts, or try to, or think about it in a little bit. $200 and 3 years. I was like known about this. I'm in the live chats. You can see my stupid ass comments in the live chats from the past. right? Was it 200? Yeah, it turned out to be $200 with the shipping and yeah. Uh, but I mean, True Black didn't have a book like this. I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay. Uh, so yeah, I got it, girl. I got it. I was like, because back then I was like, oh, I'm excited for it from the start. From the very start, I was like, I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it. I'm here for it. I want it. Yes, let's get it. I missed out on the pre-orders. Then I'm like, okay, whatever. And then like over time, I kind of resaw the images, and I was like, I'm over it. I don't want it anymore. I don't care. Whatever. Then I kind of got like, okay, if it's available, I'll get a copy. If not, you know. But if it is, I'm like, okay, I'll get it. If I can get a copy, whatever. I was able to get a copy. Thinking along for creative ideas. Let's see. I have no feelings about it anymore, so I will sell it to someone who is happy with it. Right? It's like, so I'm gonna try working with it. You know, I know a lot of people are like disappointed with how long it took, and you know, still wanted that, you know. But it's like I would have asked for a refund, you know, if it were me, you know. True Black should have had a better book. I love the deck so much now. The deck is really, really gorgeous and well made, but it's not like not the best. It's not. I have mixed feelings about True Black too, but it's like for different reasons. This one I feel like I might actually be able to read with it. We'll have to see. I did a few readings. I did like an interview, quote unquote, reading with it to find out what it was, and I got pretty good cards on that. I was like, okay, let's see. Let's see, still waiting on mine. I'm getting antsy AF, and people not having pre-orders already getting theirs. Yeah, I'm sure yours is probably in the mail, Jezebel, because it's like mine came in like super quick, unless it's like only from Australia to US, because like it came it like flew over from China from the printer, saw in Los Angeles, and then like the next day it was at my doorstep, and I was like, what the already? I'm like, how'd you get here so fast? So yeah. Let's see. What do you think of the 78 Tarot group? I missed the Elemental release. Some decks I want, like the Mythic 78 Tarot, because, you know, myths. The Elemental one is another one. Maybe the like space, but then I like see some of the cards, and I'm like, oh, I'm okay. I'll pass on that. But yeah, Anatorian and Avalon Cameron did a pretty good job. Still mixed on like all of it, you know, the price, how long it took to make, you know, but I mean, so much going into it. I'm like, I'm not. It's difficult to make a deck. Okay. Right, same thing. I tracked it for the first time this morning and learned it was out for delivery. Then by noon it was here. Like it felt like it like that. Also, my internet might give out on me. My Wi-Fi might give up on me randomly. So because it did that, like when I was going live, I was setting it up and I was like, okay, let's get ready, you know. And I was getting ready, and then my Wi-Fi like stopped connecting to my computer, and I'm like, ah. And then I can hear Lucy sending a message. It's like, you need an Ethernet cable. I'm like, yes, I do. So yeah, great box. I did see some typos in the book, and I'm like, maybe Avalon should have taken a little more time on the book. And then I'm like, ooh. So yeah, but either way, it's like, we'll see. We'll see how unedited it is. But usually with all tarot books, there really isn't that much editing going into it. So yeah. Let's see. It's in Amsterdam now, but then it has to go through customs, yeah, and all that jazz. Next week, hopefully, fingers crossed. So this is a deck that I haven't heard much on. I don't see a lot of people talking about it. I don't hear a lot of people sharing it, and I'm like, yeah, because a lot of people haven't heard of this probably. I don't know. I bet it will go to Hay House. She has been adamant in saying like she doesn't want it to go mass produced. Who knows if she'll even do a second print run? I'm like, I would. I would say like change the cover of the cover of the book for Bonestone Earthflesh. Maybe cover of the box itself. I would have chosen a different card. I don't know why. Maybe like one of the kings or like one of the queens in the of the court cards for the cover, or maybe the Fool card would have been a perfect. This card right here would have been a perfect cover for the tarot for this, because it's like you're gonna want this on like you think of it like this: you're going to a new age shop, you're looking at all the rows of decks and books and all that. There's competition, honey. Your deck has to stand out, and this it kind of does, but not enough. So I'll save it for a review. Either way, some critiques are needed. Hello, Natalia. Right? Yeah, I've always like in the chats you'll even hear me saying like, "Oh, it's going mass market," you know. And she'll be like, "No, it's not going mass market." I'm like, "Okay." So yeah. Okay, so here's a book deck set, The Insight Tarot, by Stanislav Reshetnikov. I think that's how you pronounce that. Natalia, is that correct? Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Natalia is Russian. This is by a Russian artist, based on Jungian theory and all that. The guidebook, again, another really interesting guidebook. Really thick. Like, let me just like, I'm like, I'll save it for a review. I'll try and review it. I always say, I'm going to do a review. I never do a review. Published by Schiffer. It came in pretty well done. The box, like Schiffer, like finally got it. You know, Schiffer's back on it with their nice boxes. Unfortunately, it did get a little damaged right there. I don't know if you can see that. Right there. I don't know what happened there, but, you know. Yes, if you're drinking. Perfect. So yeah, this is a very interesting deck. Did I reorganize it? Yes, let's keep it in order. Let's go through these majors. The minor arcana is a little bit disappointing, particularly the court cards, very Robert Wang tarot, like, you know, but the majors are quite interesting. I feel simple, yet there's something there, you know. The Emperor. Oh, the lighting's bad. You can't really see what's going on here. Here we go. The Hierophant. I do like how he's like stripped back the religious connotation, and he's more of a teacher here. The Lovers is really interesting as well. A little bit childish at times. Ooh, what is that? What is it? Which one is it? Justice. If it goes mass market, I'm sending my copy back with a turn. No, girl. Girl, messy. No, I don't think she would. It's like I think after all the shit that Bonestone went through, why would you just send it to mass market? That kind of just seems like throwing it away, like throwing all that hard work, all that time taken to just make it go mass market. I'm like, no. Yeah, I like the Magician card too. Here's the Hermit. Love that. Hello, Auguries and Signals, by the way. Wheel of Fortune, not my favorite Wheel of Fortune, but here's Strength. And you see these borders, they're big, but they're not solid blank, whatever. Here's the Hangman girl. The Hangman's really giving me some Altered States, peyote type of shit here. Here's Death. Temperance. I mean, maybe in like a decade, I would say. Here's the Devil. Puppetry, the hands there. Person watching everything. Ooh, the Tower. The Star. I really like this star. I'm like, is this from something? I'm sure this is from like some story or fairy tale or something. The Moon. The Sun. I think it's really awkward how like the kid is like that traditional son child, and the grown man is like in like, you know, in like casual business wear. I don't know. It seems off-putting. Here's Judgment. Can't really see it. Here's the World. And then we get, and then a white card, you know, blank card. Ace of Wands. I really want to show all these because it's just, but we'll kind of go faster with these. 2. So it is like Rider-Waite-Smith inspired, but there's no people in it. And it's just, you know, it's a start. You know, if you want to like move away from Rider-Waite-Smith and look at more plain Pip-ish decks, it's a good transitional deck. This deck has so much promise, and some cards are like kids' drawings. What the fuck happened? He must have had Stoli even nearby. Who? Hello, Darcy. Yeah, it's like some of these were really cool. Others were like, meh. And maybe it's like for like inner child work. I don't know. It's supposed to be Jungian. The guidebook though is something not to like, you know, not to pass off from what I've looked at on some of the card and some of the pages. I don't like this Page of Cups. I hate him. I hate the courts, let's be honest. But again, it's like their court, I don't know. I think he was more leaning towards Marseille. I honestly would have just preferred normal Marseille, but I would have liked more elaborate court cards, you know, because I love my court cards. And I'm showing all of these because I there's not that many images on of this deck out there. Yeah, sorry, Havana Star. We'll go back to Bone Stone because there's a lot to talk about that. I'm like, I might as well just vent it. Who knows if I'll be able to do a review. Because I don't hate it, but I'm not like head over heels over it, you know? But it's like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I really need to find a bag for this deck. I thought I had one. Turns out I didn't. So yeah. Let's see, let's put you there. Yeah, so this one wasn't so like, I feel like no one was really like aware of it. I saw some of the cards, I'm like, I was talking to Lucy about it. I was like, girl, I'm ready for this one. We all need to eat, so if this money is good, she should make. Right? I mean, let's see. So yeah, we'll get back into it. We'll get into it, Nikki, because I can see why people feel that way, the same way you do, because I know you're not alone in that. in that, Nikki, about your opinions on the Bone Stone Earth Flesh Tarot. So yeah, I'm just shuffling the Insight Tarot. Here's the backs, by the way, real quick. Okay, that's it. I had to put them. Put you somewhere. Put you here. Let's get back. Let me put the book back in the box, because they will get consistently free. Well, they are being shot. I mean, I've seen them, but anyways, I got my copy of Bone Stone immediately. Mailed out to someone I promised 2 years ago. Oh. I didn't even open it. The art wasn't for me. Impulse purchase long ago. It'd be like that. And I mean, like, and it's like, if I wanted it, I should have, I should have gotten it back then. But then I was like, if I got it back then, if I pre-ordered it back then and seeing how long it took, I probably would have still left it. Still would have kept the pre-order, because it's like, I don't know. It's like, I'm not, You know, because I pre-ordered, for example, like the Blood Moon Tarot, and that one's taken like just 1 year shorter than this one. It would, like, you know, I still have the Blood Moon on pre-order. You know, I could have canceled it, but still got it. Got it today with the note. Yeah, put it up for sale and sold it. I waited since 2017. I was involved. Right. You were there in the chat too, right, Nikki? Still gonna send it to the box though. What? Oh, ready to sell my Tarot Illuminati and Tarot Apocalypsis after realizing what a horrible person Eric C. Dunn is. What? Like about what? Like all, I'm not sure if you were in the chats with when this deck was being made. You know, the Bone Stone Earth Flesh live chats that were being made for those. Yeah, I know a lot of people, like, from what I gathered, like, people got irritated with how long it took. So what? Oh, look at that! What leapt out of the deck? 9 of Swords. Yeah, I thought it was the 9 of Wands, but no. Let's see. Yes, Savannah, the lady, is so happy with it already, and I'm happy for selling it. She's really nice as well. We talked for hours. You see, that's great. Yeah, and it was really interesting seeing like what it's like for a creator, for the designer and the artist to work together into making that. You know, it's sort of like what we could have had with with like Crowley and Harris and, you know, Waite and Smith. You know, but yeah. In the beginning, the ideas were appreciated. People were thinking along, as you recall, Soren, right? I remember the live chats, but I did not purchase. I'm glad I didn't. It was too stressful watching you all wait for it. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's a testament to like what it's like, for what it really takes for a deck to be made. I will say it's like it's not an easy thing to make. You know, just because the art is completed and they're scanned in and the digital files are there, and so, you know. Doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, the deck can just be, they can just hit print and have it done. You know, it's not like that. But after a while, I just sat there giving ideas and others as well. But nah, something had changed. Definitely. And I think that's one of the things there too. They were taking input from the chat, and they were taking input from people, from the viewers, and talking with them. But it's like, I don't think this deck should have been. And I took part in that as well. I was like, oh, how about this? Or maybe you should do this, you know? And, you know, it's like, you know what? And looking back on it, I'm like, maybe they shouldn't have. Maybe they shouldn't have. Only like sometimes, now and then, here and there, whatever, you know? It should have really, as much as possible, been just Avalon and Anna, you know, Anna Turian, you know, working together. So yeah, hold on. I'm getting messages here, bro. So yeah, it's like it's better now. I'm getting into it, girl. Yeah, it's for ideas. I wanted the ideas incorporated. And I was just sitting right. So what else did you get? This is all I got, Annika. I just need to vent about this, girl. But I think that's it. You know, it's like there's more to it. What else? I want to keep at it. Felt like a fool sitting there, and others as well getting hyped, and nothing was used. It's. I think that goes to a testament of what live chats are like. You know, it's a lot of the times we kind of get in it and we kind of want our comments to be read and heard. You know, it's a little bit like it really does like validate the attention, the desire for attention. it's really fun to get your chat comment read out, and I think this deck might have been influenced by that a bit. So that's another critique as well. But I think in the end they kind of really did, something that was Avalon's vision of the tarot and what she wanted in the tarot, and quite a not a groundbreaking way, but a really beautiful way, right? You can't please everyone. When you make a deck, you really can't please everyone. You can only make a deck that you feel should be put out there. I think. I don't know. It goes because then it's like you also have that discussion of representation and diversity in the tarot, and it's like it's really difficult to perfectly execute that. That even like the Tarot of the Divine has its issues with with the representations of certain people's culture in the deck. And I think that's one of the things. It's like it has to be. That's one of the things we as consumers and buyers on one side not having a really good full insight into the creation of a deck that we may not understand. And this and yeah, you can't please everyone, and it's you can't please everyone, even with like when the deck is all done, when it's all completed. Like I said, it's like, even when it's done, even sending it to the printers, you can have, and like there'll be months there at the printers, and then it's finally done, and then you get the copies in, you get some test copies, and they're all horrible and they're not how you want them. It's like, no, then you got to go back to square one, or back to closer to the beginning. But yeah. Yeah, and also, so let's get into that. Eric C. Dunn. What was that? What's up with that, Soren? And it's like, it's true. She has owned up to like procrastinating and all that. So yeah, I have so much going on. Are you keeping it up as public? Yes, I am keeping it up. So yeah, I'm all like reading out the message. I shouldn't be doing that. And it's like I don't no shade and no tea to Avalon, because again, it's difficult to make a deck. That's all I'm gonna say. In 2017, there were no test copies for a long time. It did. She like, and it's like there's the fires that goes on. And it's like that can't be the only excuse. The fires weren't always there, but I mean, Australia got hit pretty fucking bad. But it's, yeah, there's more to be said about the creation of the Bone Stone and what and the drama behind it. But I mean, like, it's like, I don't know, I can only imagine the stress it was for her to put these out there. So who knows if she'll even reprint? Who knows if she'll, who knows if she'll even reprint? I kind of feel like some people, like, with such a high emotional, for some reason, demand for these decks, it's kind of taking a toll on the creators in a way where it's like, I feel like Majestic Earth Tarot creator, the Tarot of Delphi, kind of felt like she was also exhausted with the process of putting out the Majestic Earth as well. I don't know. I just got that feeling from like some of the back and forth that we've had together. That may be incorrect, but I mean, it's like she packaged and shipped all those decks by herself. I'm like, and then dealing with like the emails and all that. Like, she even has on her Q&A, she's like, I'm not going to even respond to any questions regarding the Tarot of Delphi reprint. I do want to do it, in the future, but not right now. Just stop asking. And I'm like, yeah. I don't blame her. And it's like, and here's the tea as well, Nikki. Like you said right there, it's like these decks were pre-ordered, and I think that might have been a mistake. She should have. There's a lot of should-haves when it comes to like deck creations and all that, where it's like when it took too long, it's like they should have done this. You know, Blood Moon as well. She way overestimated what it was going to take, or underestimated what it was going to take to make a deck. Where she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get it. I don't have any minors or core cards done, but I'll get it out by December of this year." And I'm like, "That sounds cool. How can that be done?" And here we are, barely getting test copies for the Blood Moon. Same thing could have been said with the Bone Stone. Pre-orders probably shouldn't have happened way back then. You know? Let's see. I'm gonna drink some more wine. Let's see. I'm missing so much in the chat. Okay, so I missed what the tea was with the Eric C. Dunn thing. So yeah, we'll save the chat the discussion on Bone Stone Earth Flesh later. But point is, I'm satisfied with my purchase. So far, 7 out of 10, but that's not solidified. That could change later due to personal opinions, but we'll see. Let's see. I missed it. What is it? I don't know if Soren shared as to why. Yeah, what was the drama there? Let's move into that drama. Let's get into that mess. Tarot of the Divine Masculine. There's 2 Tarot of the Divine Masculines. One is by Saint Jinx, and the other is by one that I really want to get, and I can't remember what the names are. Yeah. Yeah, you see it on your side. Yeah. Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Have you done some readings with it? Not yet. And I was like, should I do readings? Should I do a haul? I'm gonna do a haul. I'm not ready for some readings right now. I did do like one reading. I did one reading with it so far, and I'm pleased with the interview answer that it gave me. I mentioned that a little earlier for the Bone Stone, but yeah, Bone Stone. Drama mama. He's hateful to others because he's a Trump supporter. Honey, I'm gonna say right now, like, I've seen the 7 of Cups and like Tarot Apocalypsis. There is no heterosexual explanation for that. There's no heterosexual explanation for any of like the men depicted in that deck. Or the women. There's like, it's such a, I don't know, maybe I'm projecting something onto that. I see version tomorrow. All right, Nikki. Wait. I'm like, wait a minute. Well, I saw someone on eBay selling it for $1,000 Australian dollars. I don't think that's you, Nikki, because you're not in Australia, right? No, right, Nikki? No. Someone else, like a bunch of people, like, and people were like the decks haven't even shipped out yet, and people were on the chat, we're in like Facebook groups trying to ask, oh, I'm in search of this deck, I want it now, and I'm like, girl, even the people that bought it already don't even have it in their hands. Just wait. Yeah, you're in Holland. There you go. You see? So I was like, yeah, I saw something like $1,000 Australian dollars. I'm like, girl. Anyways. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there are gays for Trump. Ugh. that astounds me. That astounds me. That just surprised me. I'm like, what is? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for checking me on that, Entropy Apothecary. It's euro for me. Yeah, I saw on eBay, and I'm like, ooh. I wonder if it got sold. Can you show me the backs? I think they are different from the original design. For the bone stone, no. Actually, that's another thing. That's one thing I'm not a huge fan of. Not a huge fan of the backs on the bone stone. Not a huge fan of it. I was like, really doesn't match for some reason. Doesn't match. Doesn't match with it. My personal opinion, though, doesn't stand out. It doesn't. Maybe I'm just being too picky. Do you want to know how much I sold it? I mean, $20. I'm just kidding. Got that from Tumblr. What is that? Blair White, Rose of Dawn, etc. Gold. What? One of the main reasons I didn't get. Yeah, I wish the backs were changed. I would have preferred maybe what's a good back that I can think of that would best. Yeah, something along like these. I really like these types of backs. The pattern type backs, like this. Not necessarily like this aesthetic, but a pattern. A pattern like that, like a fabric pattern type of back, like a plaid pattern or something, along those lines. I think that would have worked better. I see many conservative gays t-shirts. I'm like, what? So ass backwards. I don't get it. That I don't know. Hello, Poets Tarot Corner. Talking frankly about tarot. I mean, honey, if we don't talk frankly about tarot, who's going to? Let's play The Price is Right? Because I don't know dollars. I can do the exchange rate. Hold on. Right? I'm gonna say maybe. Well, I mean, we'd have to. Got it in dollars. I'm gonna say maybe. However you feel, Nikki. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with $300 US, close to Havana, so 300. Right, $400 US, right? What could it be? What could it be? Entropy Apothecary saying 666. Use that numerology power. Cold? Oh my god. Right? Divination says $50, right? I'm pretty sure Sugar Honey Iced Tea, right, is close. Wait a minute, what? I-76, so right? I don't even know. Hello, Rachel Days. $618, including shipping. That's a lot. That's close to Delphi prices. Really close to Delphi prices. But I asked other tarot collectors what I mean, but it's yeah, because it's so up in the air, like I said, about whether she's going to even do a reprint or not. Who knows? They shouted at me not to go lower. I mean, I know if I sell it, if I sell this, I know I'm not gonna go lower than what I bought it for. I probably sell it for what I bought it for, you know, or at least close, you know. Depends on how used it is, you know. I'm not good in sales. I mean, you were able to sell it, but then again, with a deck that's like in such high demand as this one, I mean, it's kind of like if you don't sell it, then I'd be like, yeah. Reprint wouldn't be out until 20. I mean, like it'd be. I mean, like I said, how would she change it? If she changes anything of it, would she? And then that right there would cause the delays. Lightseers, Spirit Keeper's price, right? Of the indie Lightseers. I wish I had the indie Lightseers. I want to give that one a chance, but I'll just get the mass market of that one. Benabel's deck, yeah, that's one that goes pretty high. Oh my gosh, I own 2 influencer decks. Thinking of that tarot bingo there. Influencer decks. I'm like, there are not that many tarot influencer decks out there that I can think of like at the top of my head. 3 names come up. It's Avalon, Benabel, and Ethany. that I'm like, there we go, you know? What is this? What is this? And keep it that way, please. You never know. You never know. If someone puts out, I mean, girl, girl. I've seen some people put out decks, and I'm like, you know how well these decks are made. You know how creative these decks are being put out there, and you're a collector. You have many decks. You've seen them, and you put out that. No, I made a lot of yeah. Seeds of Shakti Oracle, bounce on her flesh. Right? YouTuber, influencer. I mean, and I said this before, I feel like there's not that many like influencers in the tarot world as I have kind of understood what the term influencer means outside of that, because yeah, I don't know. Is Instagram not? Yeah, Instagram is a whole nother game. I'm only familiar with like YouTube. Right, Aaron. Right. Depths of the tarot beyond what I've heard before. I rarely buy. I love art, but I'm buying for knowledge right now. I mean, that's pretty succinct. That's pretty, yeah. There are some books that I bought and I'm like, I already know this. I'm like, thank you for that. You know? But it's like it's not like the worst. I'm like, okay, then it's just for a beginner, you know? Doesn't Wheel of the Year count? Oh, that's right. Wheel of the Year as well. Though I didn't buy this one. I was gifted this one. But I mean, still, I own it and I want it, so. I've been about one first edition and colored the cards. Don't get the art at all. Not my cup of tea. Guess should have held on coloring. Let's see. Why do you guys like the art on the Benabel Wen deck? I mean, it's for me. It's like I've always seen like glimpses of her art, of her like illustrations, in from her. Oh, what is that? Oh, is that a mosquito? It's well, I can't really talk about the art because I guess I'm not an expert on art. I would have to say It's I like the look of it for some reason. From her grimoires that she's shown and some of the illustrations that she's put on her courses, I always liked the aesthetic of it for some reason. And for her to make a tarot that matches with that aesthetic, I'm like, okay, work. I'm not a I don't know how I feel about her new colored in version of it. It seems like a completely different deck now. But yeah, Bad Bitches Tarot, meh. She has a few other decks coming out that I'm like, okay. But nah, Bad Bitches, I'm just like what Nikki said. It's just women in clothes posing. It's like, I want a little more. You know? I want more movement. I want things happening, you know? Because by then it's like, if it's just, it kind of gives me the feeling that I kind of just want, it gives me the feeling like I might as well have just gotten a set of postcards and written the words of, the words of the title of the tarot deck on there, you know? No, Nikki Sparkle, you can't. You cannot say that. Why are you still here? I'm just kidding. I'm like, let's see. The Witch's Compendium Oracle is badass. The art is gorgeous. I've never heard of that one. I don't like the modern stuff, Nikki. Some of the modern stuff can either be a huge hit or a total miss. Like, one of the things I don't like about the Botan Tarot is like the star, the sun, and the moon are really just, portraits of really beautiful portraits. I will say that, of women, but it's like, meh. It's like, okay, I wanted major arcana cards, not court cards, but it's not the worst. Yeah, it's nothing personal. Mm. Ooh. Ooh. Right? It was about you. That wasn't towards you, Nikki. There's a big difference. I can't even begin to describe the word witch or what it takes to be a witch, but I know I'm not it. But I can pick out someone that's new age, just be like, you're, All right, bye. Why? Oh, sorry. Yeah, Nikki, I can tell it's like buffering and blinking. So I might close this off soon. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to chat about, but I mean, girl, we got messy in this chat. Oh my gosh. No, it's on my part, Nikki. Well, I'm a kid. I'm like, wait, I'm behind, but yeah, it's me. It's me. Sorry. It's non-Wiccan witches. I mean, like, how you? I'm even gonna touch that with a 6-foot pole. Don't come at me. Like I said, I cannot begin to even describe what it takes to be a witch. You know, what qualifies one to be a witch. And I think people should respect being a witch like any other religion out there. I mean, yeah. Can I meditate when drinking? I don't know. Then again, I don't meditate, so don't take any advice from me. Hi bores me to death. At least she's an initiative. I don't, girl. Y'all in the chat are getting way too out of hand. Is it effective while you're drinking? I feel like consuming alcohol is only like particular to certain practices, rituals. I could be wrong though. That's just an assumption, my uneducated assumption. You know. So, huge disclaimer: it's an assumption. I'm assuming here. That's it. I would think it's a wasted effort if you're inebriated, right? Divinish, I went through. Those went back to Amazon Pronto. Which ones? Oh, on like High Magic and all that. I need to Google inebriated. It's like blackout drunk, if I'm not mistaken. You gauge out for eggshell dreaders, and it's like we have to kind of know when it's like, okay, this is my personal opinion. If it's incorrect or if there's something wrong with that, you have to kind of be able to be open to seeing why it's problematic to other people and understanding how it, like, you know, it's all a matter of like being able to express the opinion like properly, you know. uh let's see. Right. Right. It's usually an offering. I've seen it that way as well. Uh, I swear I know there's some practices that, you know, involve consuming alcohol. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'd have to do research into that. On my heritage, on both sides, we have very distinctive, which is another magic practitioners. You know, right? That's another thing. I plan on getting to Arrow. No, but I respect went into it. But no, I'm not. I'm not like, ooh, who do I? But I don't think it's wrong. And yes, I can understand the emotions. But still, it's my opinion. It's like, yeah, I think a lot of people are like, your opinion is offensive, and it's like, and I'm like, opinions can change. Yes, your opinion's offensive. I agree, but it's like, you gotta. Here's what it is, you know. But it wasn't in hindsight. Yeah, it's like another thing is like learning to read a chat room is it's if you like you it's a little tricky to read sarcasm in chat, you know? Or like a joke in chat, you know. I'm like, what? uh for the sons to be harshly judged and ignored. Yeah, I don't drink. Uh, Darcy, what are you saying? Let's see. What is it? Mass? Right there we go. That's one. But it's like, yeah, it just. I know, like in Christian, what was it like? What was it? I can't remember what it is. When I used to go to church, they would always have the grape juice and a little cracker, you know, but nothing like no actual wine or anything like that. Right, 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 right. Right? That's not, like no, no, it's not. Oh, and of course, oh, sorry if it froze there. Wife, kind of get wanting to give out on me. Hello, Punky V Eclectic. Why? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Internet. Come on. Yeah. Sorry if I. That's on me, y'all. That's on me. Let me run here. It's on my end. Yeah, my one super in the past times, you know. Okay, so it's called, yeah, yeah. Sorry. Ooh, no. Ooh. Come on. I mean, I can disconnect and then reconnect and back on it, but yeah. Are we back on? Are we back on? Hello. Are we good now? Are you gonna behave Wi-Fi, or no? Or should I just cut this off here? Because it's already at the 1 hour and a half, and I think we've done enough. I think YouTube is like, that's been enough. That's enough. Enough drama and tea right now. You're touching on where the internet's not ready for this topic. I think we're good now. Seems okay now, right? Are we good? Are we Gucci? Let's see. And ooh. No, not out of print, Nikki. As soon as I said Gucci, it said no. It said no. Sorry, I took a page out of Nobody Here's brand and just decided to step out for, I guess, or the internet's telling me get off the internet already. I'm like, okay. So no, YouTube wouldn't do it right now. I think I don't know. I don't know if YouTube has that power. I'm sure they do. Alessandro Michel. Who is that? Who? I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. But no, when I say ooh, that doesn't mean out of print. No, but that's Nikki. I always think that too when I'm typing it out. I always, oh, girl, really, bitch. Yeah. Okay, I'm back on. Can you guys hear me? Are we good? Can we cool it? Can we cut it off here now? Can I say an outro at least, internet? Huh? Can I do that? Can I do that? I'm gonna do that. All right. Thank you everyone for stopping by. I don't know if you can hear me. Thank you everyone for stopping by. I'm gonna have to close this off here, but yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Well, I don't know what to comment about this on here, but what one would comment. But again, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Yeah, they're in the Tarot Tube and Tea live stream. I think the next one should be on October 10th. That should be the next one. We're going to be talking about tarot addiction, or as I like to call it, addiction. So yeah, I'm going now. Hopefully, and if I go live before that, it'll probably be for readings and trying out the Bonestone Earthflesh Tarot. See if it can do the heavy lifting. Do the work of a tarot reading. Same with this one, Yoshitani's Tarot of the Divine. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, thank you everyone, and I'll see you all later. Bye everyone.